You know, so when come back a bat up and catch, you know. You see it? Yeah, man, you don't know he's a youth to charge murder and them thing there. I know the system, you see it? Free real boss! That was sad, that we know about. The country I got to Ray. I be a who be all kind of thing around the country now. We need Vybz Kartel.
Dance all of me everything.
Blessed the people, welcome back, you see me? So peeps, today we're gonna highlight a few key pointers, and I mean very important pointers that a lot of Kartel and his co-accused supporters missed up. And the most important one, peeps, is the fact that Vybz Kartel and his fellow accused have had their sentences quashed, which means even though they are still in custody, they are not serving any sentence. So people, the fact that their sentences were quashed means that the Jamaica Supreme Court can make a ruling for there to be a retrial. You get to answer people, and what people need to know, if there is a retrial and for some reason or the other during this retrial Vybz Kartel and his co-accused are found guilty again, you need to know that their sentences will also start over from scratch. So if there's a retrial and they have been reconvicted, then automatically their sentences will restart. You understand, people? The fact that they spent almost 14 years behind bar is basically gone through the door. So it's not like if they are sentenced to, for example, 30 years in prison again or the same sentence, it is going to continue from the time that they have already spent. No, you understand, people? What will happen is the sentence will start all over again. So people, the fact that the law says a man or a woman is innocent until proven guilty simply means that as it stands now, Vybz Kartel and his co-accused are all innocent people. You get me? And everyone who is innocent is entitled to a fair trial without prejudice. So whilst it is possible for there to be a retrial, it is not automatic for there to be a retrial. Remember, you know, the case was not quashed on the grounds that the evidence was not sufficient to the people. You see me? It was basically quashed because the jury was basically compromised. And that particular jury, regardless of who offered the money, you know what I mean? We know that Vybz Kartel could not have been that one because he's in custody. But you know, every entertainer have them fans, you know, everybody have them family, them friend and whosoever. You get me? I say, so we don't know who offered this juror money to bribe the other jurors to return a not guilty verdict. You know, that money was rejected by the other jurors. You get me? I say, people, and as a result of that, this is the reason why this case is being thrown out. So that particular juror who was eventually convicted of perverting the course of justice is now basically a winner because his intention was for Vybz Kartel to get a not guilty verdict. You understand, people? And the fact that their sentences have been quashed simply means that he basically got his desire because now the guilty verdict has been overturned. You get to me, as a people, and Vybz Kartel and his co-accused are no longer on a murder conviction. They are just being held pending. It's a decision that will be made by the Supreme Court. Because people, what really should have happened for there to be fairness across the board, they should have declared it a mistrial. You understand, people? They should have called it a mistrial and go back to the drawing board and start the trial all over again. But you know, that would have taken months again, you know what I mean, people, to get all the witnesses to come back and be cross-examined in front of the jurors again, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth. You know, that would have been challenging and exhausting on the system. And as a result of that, they decided to proceed with the compromised jury that eventually found Vybz Kartel and his co-accused guilty of murder. So as a result of all these different pointers, people, I strongly doubt that there will be a retrial. Though it is not impossible for there to be a retrial, I highly doubt it because of the fact that it will be almost impossible for Vybz Kartel and his co-accused to get a so-called fair trial. You get to me, as a people, because as we say, almost every member of the public have their mind made up on a verdict already, whether it be guilty are not guilty. You get to answer people because so much of the evidence is out there in the general public already. But what is really immediate now, people, is the fact that these men might be out on bail sometime in the coming week. You get to answer people, yeah man, their lawyers are now applying for bail pending the decision from the Supreme Court whether to allow these men to walk free based on the fact that these men may not get a fair trial, or to order a retrial for these men and send them back into the court. You understand, people? So we'll see how the situation unfolds. Anyways, people, thanks for watching. You can like, subscribe, share. As also, you can leave your opinion in the comment section. You know what I mean, people? This is something that is up for discussion. So you can always leave your voice in the comment section. Peace.
Ruling cut its losses and let him walk. In downtown Kingston, Kartel true believers already guessing game over. Others not so sure.
Where does him get to England? Why he get sticky? Sticky bad.
Being a dieted fan is not really the point, you know, because it don't make no sense. You're a dieted and you don't speak the truth. Because you have to call a spade, whatever it may.
You know, so when you come back a bat up and catch, you know. You see it? Yeah, man, you don't know he's a youth to charge murder and them thing there. And know the system, you see it? Free real boss! That was sad, that we know about. The country I got to Ray. I be a who be all kind of thing around the country now. We need Vybz Kartel.
Dancehall and me everything.
The woman them need him, dancehall need him, reggae need him. You see it? Cause the thing I got away. Them a talk about Vybz Kartel. Look how the youth them are going now.
When it does come back to Jamaica, what are the chances you think of him getting out?
It should be 99.999. And I rest my case. The last state, if there's a reason of a doubt in the case, then you should be set free.
I'm going to come a road. Me know that. Because when I court, I'm going to come a road.
But just think them should let him go and done. But I go through that again.
It shows some flaws in the justice system, which that is the problem.
Them can't let him go now.
Victorious posted on Kartel's IG page. His lawyer Isat Buchanan in London at the time of the PC's ruling tagged anytime now.
What I wanted is not what I got, but what I suspected would have happened.
Sean Campbell, aka Sean Storm's lawyer Bert Samuels, didn't get all he wanted, but enough to celebrate.
When you interviewed me 4 years ago, but now I'm saying yes, we are moving towards what we really want.
The question remains, is this an indictment of how this case was prosecuted from the start?
I know you know I'm not afraid to speak. Why did the DPP go into the judge's chambers and encouraged him to continue the case where someone was bribing the jury? And then she caused him to be arrested and tried in Harpatry and convicted. That is, in my respectful opinion, improper conduct, and it has been aired in the Privy Council today.
Is this likely to go to a retrial, or are they likely to walk?
I would think that the Court of Appeal would be strongly influenced by the fact that the men have served 14 years already, that the evidence may not be available for the prosecution, that it cost the men huge amounts of money to do a trial which had already lasted 4.5 months. It's going to last longer now, and therefore, in the interest of justice, time spent, that's it.
Obviously, somebody is paying for this. What's the price tag to sustain this appeal and bring it to this point?
What it is worth is multi-millions. What has been paid, I can't tell you.
But it's been paid, or has yet to be paid?
Yeah, it is paid by the victory. It's called the vanity of victory. We're so happy for this victory. Money doesn't matter to lawyers who fight. We fight for a cause.
Yeah, but come on, have you been paid or not?
Can't say.
I have to ask this question. On Friday, Vybz Kartel put out a tweet. He bigged up the people associated with this appeal. Your name was not there. And under that was this cryptic reference to no autopaths.
Yes.
And we know.
I saw it. My answer to that is...
It's a dig at you.
No, well, my answer to that is I have never been his attorney. I've always been Sean Storm's attorney. So to big up his team and to leave me off, he's accurate. I don't represent you, bro.
But no autopaths?
Well, it was at one time, you know, It hurts if you don't get birds. And another time it was birthday on your case like Bird Samuels. Those were celebrations. The wind has shifted. I don't know whether it's hurricane season or what.
When the submissions were made to the Privy Council,
Yes.
they were made by a British lawyer.
I know what you're asking. Can't sons and daughters of the soil argue in that court? Well, that court shouldn't even be. We should have the Caribbean Court of Justice. I'm not subscribing to the Privy Council by any means. We have bright lawyers who can become judges in our Caribbean Court of Justice. Away with the Privy Council, bro.
Because the prosecution was also represented by a British lawyer. The defense represented by a British lawyer. It does say something about us and who makes that decision. That decision was made by Sean Storm, Kartel, the people whose fate hung in the balance, wasn't it?
That's true, but you got to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can argue in the Privy Council. That's what you want me to say.
Laughter from Bert, but the wait continues here at the colonial era prison that's been home on and off to Kartel and his fellow convicts, for whom after at least 12 years behind bars, better sooner than later for a final decision on their fate.
We're hoping the Court of Appeal will deal with this matter before the year ends, and that will be so long. Must be frustrating.